I decided to completely quit my job. Now that is a bit crazy, I do have to say. That was very crazy of me. Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Alice for those of you that don't know me. And this video is going to be all about how I decided to change my career from insurance manager to hopefully musical theatre performer. When I say that out loud, that does sound a little bit crazy because insurance and musical theatre are very different industries and career choices, but let's get into it and I'll start at the beginning and explain how we got to this position. So I have loved musical theatre from a young age. I always wanted to pursue it as a career, but I always had this feeling of whether I was good enough to do that, and I think that held me back from really pursuing it as a solid career because I was scared of being knocked back and rejected, because if someone told me I wasn't good enough, that would be my dreams over, and if I didn't try, at least I could say that I could have done it if I wanted to. Not saying that was the best thing to do. Life is way too short to have that sort of mindset. Unfortunately, that is how I felt at the time. Musical theatre is definitely my happy place. I love all aspects of it. I love the fact that you can always continue to grow and work on yourself. There's always something else you can be doing or working on, or a goal that you want to achieve. It never stops, which is what I think I love about the industry as well. I think my love for musical theatre started when I went to see my first West End show, which was Starlight Express. I remember sitting in the middle of the seats with the track going around you, and I absolutely loved it. I listened to the soundtrack non-stop after. That was the first West End show I went to see. And then I started dance classes and singing lessons, and I went to a youth theatre. I met so many friends there. I just loved everything about it. I wanted to do it 24/7. I actually did go to drama school at age 18. I got into D&B Academy of Performing Arts, and one of my friends already went there. She was the year above me, so I saw what she did every day and I was like, this is amazing. You get to sing, dance, act every single day. It sounds perfect. Obviously, I had singing lessons that have been in a youth group, but it was all very chill and fun. Obviously, you go to them sort of things for fun. It's not pushed on you so much. Like, drama school can be incredibly intense. But I did love my 3 years there. I don't think I was ready for drama school when I went personally, with like how I felt and my confidence and everything like that. Even though I enjoyed it, I don't think I got everything out of it that I would do now. With that being said, once I graduated college, I graduated without an agent, and the one thing that I don't think I fully anticipated or understood was the industry. I didn't understand the industry. When I left, I didn't really have the knowledge of the industry to know what to do next. I was kind of sitting there waiting for something to fall into my lap, which obviously it's not going to do. I also, at the time, because obviously it was so long ago, like 2012, TikTok and YouTube and things like that, they weren't as big as they are now, so it wasn't so easy to just go online and follow someone else's journey or talk to someone so easily that is already in the industry that can give you help, support and guidance. Like, there's so many people out there now that you can go to for help. Like, I've been to some companies like Prep Your Rep are amazing for helping anyone that's in the industry and wants to work in the industry, but I didn't have that back then, or at least I didn't know where to find it. So yeah, I left with not much knowledge. I auditioned maybe 3 or 4 times. I did a couple of jobs. I went and worked over in Cyprus as a vocalist. I did a couple of small singing gigs, nothing major, and then I fell into my corporate job. I actually found insurance by Googling what is the highest paid job without a degree, because I didn't have a degree, and I knew I wanted to make some decent money because I'd got to that stage where I was like, I just need to make some money now and be able to buy nice things and go out and go on holidays. So yeah, I googled what's the highest paid job without a degree, and insurance come up. So I typed into job search insurance jobs near me, and then this one came up. I went and interviewed and I got the job. And within 2 years, I went from customer service manager to a senior to complaints, and then I become customer service manager. Within 18 months, I think I was customer service manager. So I was good at the job, and I worked hard, and I worked my way up, and I was in the right place at the right time. And yeah, I managed to get a pretty decent job, was on decent money, and I stayed there for 7 years. Now, them 7 years went very quick. Towards the end of the last couple of years, I kind of was getting a bit, I think because I've been with the company so long, I knew it was either time, probably time to either move on, move to a new position, or try something new. And also in that time, I turned 30. Now, I know a lot of people say as you get older, you care less what people think, you realise that life is too short to worry, you are so much more confident in who you are as a person, and for me that is so true. Like, I turned 30 and I was like, I don't care what people think of me, I need to be happy. You only get one life and I need to make sure that I'm happy. Like, what's the point in being unhappy in your life when you only get one of them? So I made the decision that I was going to pursue musical theatre again, because that was always my dream. If anyone asked me what I would do if I wasn't working in an insurance company, I'd say I'd be on a West End stage. That is what I want to do. And in my head I thought, well, why aren't you doing that? Why are you not pursuing that? Because in 10 years time you might look back and go, oh damn it, I wish I'd done that. And that is the worst thing I can think of, is to grow old and regret what I've done with my life. So I sent some information off to an agent. I got accepted by an agent, asked them to represent me. They started sending me off for jobs. I told my managing director that I was gonna pursue this career in musical theatre. I was quite open with him. I said, if this isn't gonna work, obviously I don't want to leave because I don't want to give up the work that I've done here for the last 7 years. However, I do want to pursue this, and if a job does come up, I will go and do that. But that's not to say I won't come back, basically. I didn't want to burn my bridges with the insurance company. Luckily, I think because I'd been there so long and there was a lot I could give to the company. He was very flexible. He let me have time off for auditions. I dropped a day, so I went down to 4 days a week, so I could spend a day doing dance classes and singing lessons and all of that sort of thing. So I was very, very lucky in that sense. And yeah, I decided I was going to pursue a career in musical theatre. So challenges faced, it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. I'd been out of the industry for what, like 8-9 years at this point, and things have changed a lot, but I also underestimated how hard the industry is. I forgot how hard the industry is, and I went from not having done much like training. I'd done Amdram but no actual training, and then I went to my first audition and I thought, oh, I'll get a recall, it's fine, it's for a cruise, I'll get a recall, and I was cut straight away. They said, no thank you, that's all we need. I thought I was going to walk in there and just get a job, and that did not happen, obviously, because I had been out of the industry for 8-9 years and I hadn't had a singing lesson and I hadn't danced or trained in that time. So obviously I was not going to walk in there and get a recall and get the job, but naive me thought that was going to happen. So that was quite a hard first step. Although I had that one day off, it was also very hard navigating everything because work was ramping up. As a manager, I was expected to do certain things outside of work, but not having the passion for that anymore and wanting to spend all my time doing musical theatre. It was really hard to balance it, basically. So I decided to completely quit my job at the insurance company. Now that is a bit crazy, I do have to say. That was very crazy of me. And I'm happy I've done it, but it was also very crazy of me. But here we are. I have quit my job and we are going all in with the musical theatre, and yeah, that has come up with some pretty big challenges, I do have to say, because obviously financially I've lost a full-time pretty decent wage. Luckily I live with my boyfriend and he is so super supportive, and we are lucky enough that the money that he earns is enough to keep the house and pay all of our like general life bills. It just means obviously we've got cut back on the like fun things, I guess, like going out and going to see shows, which I'm so sad about, but it's all for the greater good because I'm going to enjoy my life. Financially, that is a big challenge that I have faced by doing that. However, I have got a couple of streams of income that I'm trying to keep and work on so I can grow them and still earn money come September. What I've decided to do, and luckily enough I have been accepted and I've got a place, I'm going to London School of Musical Theatre. I'm going to train there. They do a 1-year intensive course, musical theatre course. Towards the end of the year they invite in agents that you get to talk to, so there's a chance of getting like a decent agent at the end of it, and the training that they provide is just amazing. I've spoken to so many people that have been there, that have graduated previously, and they say it's such a good place to go. So I'm so excited, and I'm going to do that for a year in the hope that that will give me the base I need to get back into the industry. Obviously at the moment for me, my job CV is insurance and corporate work. That doesn't work in the musical theatre world. You can't take that over. I've learned a lot of things life-wise that I can probably take into the musical theatre world, but CV-wise, there's nothing on that anyone in the musical theatre industry is going to be interested in. So my performer's CV, which is the list of all the shows and things that you've been in or the jobs that you've done, is very minimal. And because I've put that I did train, but I graduated in 2012, it now looks like on paper that I just haven't got a job in 10 years. So I'm almost essentially starting again, because I'm going to train again, and then on my CV it will look like I'm a fresh graduate, so the lack of jobs aren't going to matter as much, and I'm starting fresh into the industry. But I still have this base to build on, so I still already have that training, I still have that in the back of my mind. And it's actually interesting because a teacher at that college, one of my favourite teachers there actually, it was one of our last days before we graduated, and she was saying that at the end of these 3 years you've basically got a toolbox of everything that you've learned, and it's all in this little box. And she was like, some of you will take that away and start using your tools straight away, and some of you will put your tools in your box, shut it up and put it away for a bit, and then you'll come back to it later on. And I feel like that's such a good way of explaining it. She was like, you might need to get them out and clean them a bit and take the rust off, but you'll be able to use them again when you're ready to use them again. And I absolutely love that, because at the time I was like, oh okay, I didn't really think anything of it, but that has stuck with me till now, because I think that's me. Like, I have them tools in there, they are very rusty, they're not very strong at the minute, they need a lot of work on them, but I have that basis there. So when it comes to college, I can take those out, shine them up, and hopefully when I leave college they'll be fresh and ready to use, and I can get out there. So changing career in your 30s isn't an easy thing to do, and I'm not trying to say it was easy. It was a very, very hard decision, because I felt like I was throwing away something that I'd worked really hard for and worked my way up in the insurance industry. And in my head I didn't know if I was being stupid, because I was earning decent money and I had the potential to earn even more money and be really comfortable and be able to provide. Me and Steve, my boyfriend, could have all the holidays we want, buy the house that we want, and we could together have really nice things. And then I was leaving that behind to go and do something that at the moment I don't even know if I'm going to be able to earn money from it, because it's not like you can get a job and work your way up. You need to audition for all your jobs. So who's to say when I leave the college I'm going to audition and even get a job? So it is quite a scary decision, but I kept coming back to, if it doesn't work out, insurance is always going to be there. It's a lot easier to go back to that in 10-20 years time than it is to try and do musical theatre in 10-20 years time. Life's too short. If I want to do that, like, money isn't everything. I can go on holiday later on, but I want to do this now. So it was a hard decision, but I really do feel like I have made the right one. And like I said, I am going off to drama school. I'm lucky enough to get into drama school. That wasn't the only plan that I had. Basically, I had a couple of scenarios of how I was going to try and get to where I want to go. The top and best scenario was to get into drama school, because I feel like that is the best way and offers me the most to get into musical theatre industry. However, I did audition the year before and I didn't get in, so I was going to classes every week, I was going to singing lessons, trying to improve on dancing, trying to improve acting, all of those things. Still doing my Amdram, because I feel like Amdram really does help. So I kind of had to go to plan B at that sense, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to try again and see if I do get in. If I do, amazing. If I don't, it wasn't meant to be, and I'll spend some more time going to classes and things like that. Luckily I did get in. I think it actually was a big part because I had trained so hard for that year, and they could see improvement in what I auditioned the year before, so I think that really helped with me getting in this time around. But I did have to have a couple of scenarios spread out so that I knew I wasn't relying on just one thing, which I think is something that comes with age as well. Like, when you're young you kind of just jump all in with some things, but I think when you're older you kind of think a bit more logically. Being in your 30s isn't old at all, and you have the time to start fresh somewhere if if you want to and if you can. I'm so looking forward to my journey. I'm gonna try and document as much as I can on my YouTube channel, because for my memories, yes, but I also want to show everyone and prove to everyone that they can chase their dreams later on in life. It doesn't all have to be done in your teens and in your 20s. You can still chase those dreams into your 30s, 40s, 50s. There's no reason that you can't. And I really want to be an advocate for making sure that people don't think that they can't do it. When I go to drama school, I'm gonna make sure I make the most of every single second that I have there. I really truly appreciate what I've got. I want to be a sponge and soak up everything. I think if you have that passion for something, you need to go and chase it. You can't just sit there and think, oh, what if? You need to go and chase it. You don't want to live with regrets. And basically that is what this video was for, and what my future videos are going to be for. I really want to encourage people to chase their dreams, and I want people to follow along on my journey. Like, there's this saying that's like, you don't have to be special, you just have to be consistent and hardworking and determined. And I think it's so true. Changing career in your 30s, it's not for the faint-hearted, because it is very scary. You'd be surprised how many people are supportive of it. I used to be really almost embarrassed to say this is what I'm doing, but when I have said it, the amount of people that have, even people so much younger than me, like 10 years younger than me, are like, that's amazing that you're doing that, I can't believe you're doing that. I'm basically just doing what I love and what I want to do. I'm not doing anything special at all, but it's surprising what people actually think compared to what you think people are going to think. But I think I'm going to end the video there. I've been rambling on for long enough. Hopefully it kind of made sense and it gave you an insight into my big career change, and I hope you follow along. And if you are debating having a career change as well, let me know, because I would love to support you. I wish you all the luck in anything you want to do, and don't forget to like and subscribe the video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.